Hey guys, so over the last year, I've gotten lots of questions about my adhesive arachnoiditis and Tarlov cyst journey, and I just wanted to take some time to answer those questions one at a time in a video. Today, I'm going to stay on the topic of adhesive arachnoiditis. The two areas that I have been diagnosed with AA, as we call it, is in my cervical region, which is all on my neck, and my lumbar region, which is down in your lower back, above your tailbone, and kind of that last, third, whatever area of your spine before you get to your sacral area. So someone asked me, what were my cervical symptoms? So my cervical symptoms had a lot to do with balance and dizziness and nausea, radiating pain down both of my arms, and numbness into both of my hands, numbness along my face. I would get massive, I still sometimes get it, big bulges of swelling in the back of my neck. I can feel one right now. I did a lot this week. And let's see what else. Vision is the biggest one. My vision was not stable for a few years. I wasn't able to drive. And this past year, things have stabilized. It could be some from the CSF pressure, which there was evidence of CSF fluid blockage in my neck, and some seepage. And when CSF seeps, it's very painful. But yeah, pretty much anything head, neck, arm related was having to do with the cervical AA. So like when I would go on a car ride, for like a 30-minute distance or a 45-minute distance from our house to see some of my in-laws, on the way back, I would be shaking like I was having a seizure, and that would be both my limbs. So, for the cervical, the symptom would go into my arms. Trying to think, other than that, just the typical adhesive arachnoiditis symptoms of like electrical zaps. I'd get them in my neck and head and arms, and also jolts, like I was talking about, not always the shaking, but sometimes just jolts. Bugs crawling or water dripping. That's the weirdest one. Like I swear, as I was getting worse and starting to get better, that's when that one showed up the most. And it's just the strangest thing, because I would look down and be like, what's getting on my arm? But there was nothing there. It was just the feeling of water dripping. So those were my cervical symptoms. So I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, headaches. I mean, I have never been a headache person. I never grew up having headaches ever. And when I started getting headaches on this journey, it was like, oh man, I guess it's those worst headache of your life is what they say. If you have the worst headache of your life, go to the emergency room. Well, if it's anything that they can't find, from common knowledge, you're kind of up a creek without a paddle, and whatever. That's where I was for a long time. But when it's related to CSF pressure and it becoming too low when you're standing up, it just felt like all the blood and life drained out of my head like that, along with this intense pressure and pain at the base of my skull, like someone had literally hit it with a mallet 50 times and it was just like bleeding and bruised. That was how it felt at the base of my skull anytime I was upright for too long. And days when it was really bad, it was just there. And I would put ice packs. I'd use essential oils. There was this really cool protocol that helped. It was like peppermint oil and valor and lavender and frankincense on the roof of my mouth, and it was this whole thing. But I mean, no medication touched it, because it wasn't something like that needed an opioid blocking the pain, because that didn't block the pain signal. There was a structural issue that was wrong and it wasn't going away with opioids, although anyways, that's a whole different story. They have their place, but they don't get rid of all pain until the problem starts being addressed. So I think that's pretty much all the cervical symptoms I can think of. If you have any more questions regarding my cervical AA diagnosis, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I will get to them as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much and God bless. Bye-bye.